I read somewhere recently where it said, I never grieved properly. I just kept going. And that speaks a lot to where I've been in my life. 2012 was one of the first times in my life that I had to begin to start facing things sober. I'd come to the end of my road, and it was time to face the facts. It was time to face the wreckage of my past, we call it, and different parts of recovery. I was sitting in a dark, deep, ugly prison cell. I think it was about 3 days after I'd gotten to prison. They walked in my cell and they said, Mr. Ramirez, and I said, yes. They said, we regret to inform you, but your father had just expired. What do you mean he expired? And they said, your father is dead. So I said, okay, thank you. They shut the metal door and I went back into my deep, dark, dirty cell and I sat there and I began to think. And the first thing I could think of is, Chris, don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. Hang on, Chris, hang on. Because this place is already designed to put you in a place where you are at your wit's end. I had went through a string of behavioral health, trying to satisfy the courts and trying to weasel my way out of a higher sentence. And I'll never forget this man. He was a peer support. He was a patient advocate. And he put his finger in my face and he told me a few things. And I'll never forget him doing that, because when I was sitting in the darkest place of my life, when they just told me that my number one, that my A1 just expired, I seen that man pointing at me with his finger in my face and saying, you got to get this right. You have kids. You're going to say this prayer. You're going to fill out this form. He told me all these things, and to me at that time, it didn't mean anything until this moment. But then in this moment, all the stuff that I had learned in these groups and in this behavioral health stuff, it all started coming back to me. And I believe that's the one thing that kept me from losing my mind.